Moodle keeps all its quiz questions in a question bank, and having a little bit of organization in your question bank is always a good idea. Now, let me just go find, oh, hang on, it was down there. Under Administration, click on Question Bank. Now, by default, I have no questions in this quiz. I'm going to go down, I'm going to click on Categories, and I'm going to make some categories. So the first category is Biology. Add a category. Second category is Psychology. So if I was doing chapters, like from a textbook, maybe this would be Chapter 1, Chapter 2, Chapter 3. Mythology was my last category. Okay, now I got some structure. So I'm going to go into the mythology section. Actually, I'm going to do it a different way. I'm going to go into questions. I'm going to select the mythology section. Then I'm going to create some questions within this section. So there is a default section. If I create my questions in there, it becomes really hard to sort them. But this should work pretty well. Okay, create a new question. Look at all the different kinds of questions we have. I ignore most of these. Mostly what we do is we do multiple choice. Occasionally we do some matching. True, false is good. Short answer is okay, but you got to realize it's a computer marking it, and it's not very forgiving in terms of spelling. Let's create a multiple choice question. Okay, add. So the question name, it's good to have unique question names. I'm going to call this Affectionate Sea Monster Names. Name. So the question text itself is, what is the affectionate name for the Loch Ness Monster? Oh, Loch is with an H, isn't it? Okay, that is my question name. Now, what are the choices? Oh, there's going to be one answer. There's one right answer. Choice 1 is Bud. Choice 2 is Nessie. Choice 3 is the big fishy thing. Now, clearly, choice 2 is the correct answer, so for grade, I drag that up to 100%. Now, suppose that I had a select all that apply type of question. I just change this select one or multiple to multiple, and then instead of this being worth 100%, it could be worth 50% or 33%. So there's lots of variation. Other thing I could do, I could put some feedback. Look for a clue in the formal name of the monster. So if you get the wrong answer, I give you helpful feedback so that the next time you do the test, you have a better chance of getting it right. Okay, I got the question text, I got some right answers, I told you which answer is right, save changes. Good, that's a multiple choice question. Let's preview it. There's a little magnifying glass here that gives you a preview window. What is affectionate? That's what it's going to look like. See how it shuffled my choices? Fill in the correct responses. That's the one I want. Okay, looking good. Let's create a new question, but let's do a matching question because they're kind of fun. Matching. Okay, so who lives where is the name of the question. The question text is match the sea monster with the body of water. Okay, how does this work? Oh, feedback. There's general feedback for the whole question, or there's specific feedback for each answer. Actually, in matching, you don't have specific feedback for each answer. Anyway, how does this work? So my first topic is Ogopogo. I got to spell that right. And you put in the matching answer. Ogopogo lives in Lake Okanagan. My second choice, it's a sea monster named Champ. He lives in Lake Champlain. I think that's in Upper New York. My third guy is Cammy. Where the heck does Cammy live? Oh, it's another British Columbia. It lives in Cameron Lake, BC. Oh, I need more choices. You can also put in blanks. You can have, I think it's extra answers. There it is. You provide extra answers by giving the answer with a blank question. So you can have distractors. Okay, where am I at? I'm on number 4, which is the Loch Ness Monster. I think that's pretty easy. He lives in Loch Ness. We'll tell people it's in Scotland. And number 5, another British Columbia sea monster, is Caddy, or Cadborosaurus. And he lives in Cadboro Bay, Victoria, BC. Now, I should probably make the rest of these more standard. Lake Champlain is, oh, Lake Champlain, I looked up my notes, is actually in Vermont, USA. Okanagan Lake is in BC. Okay, that looks good. Save changes. Let's preview it. That's the who lives where question and see how we do. So, did it shuffle? Oh yeah, it shuffled the order of where things appear. And let me just fill in the correct responses and see if I got it right. Caddy lives in, Cammy lives in Cameron Lake, Loch Ness, Champ, Ogopogo. Looks pretty good. Okay, let's just take a brief tour of all the other question types that we could build. Calculated, that's all math stuff. Drag and drop onto an image. You put a picture in the middle of your screen, and then you have boxes down below that you drag. Does it explain that? Not really. You drag onto places in the picture. That's quite an interesting, complex to set up, but on my Moodle help page, there's details. Embedded answers. This one's a little messy too. It's called a close if you're education related. Essay. The only challenge with essay is you actually have to read it. The computer can't answer it for you. But it's a nice way to do like a short paragraph or a long paragraph. You can compose directly in the text box on the screen, or they can copy and paste from Word. We did matching, we did multiple choice. Order, I don't know what numerical is, so I'm going to skip it. Ordering is really good for putting a series of, like the steps of a process into the right sequence. Poodle recording lets you the students do an audio recording or a little webcam recording, or they can draw a diagram on the screen. I don't know what random short answer is. I never used that. Missing words. Oh, you get a like fill in the blank, but there's a drop down in the space. Short answer is you get a field to fill in, but you have to put exactly what the instructor said is the correct answer. If you misspell it or you put an extra space in, the computer's not smart enough to realize that's the right answer. So the instructor can be very flexible by putting in, here's all the variations I would accept as the correct answer. A little detail, if you want to have the blank show up within the sentence, put 5 underscores when you're writing your question. If you put 6 or 4 underscores, it pops the answer down below, but 5 underscores makes it work. True, false, standard, true, false question. Description is quite useful if you want to create a little bit of text, like a heading or the next section, the questions in the next section all relate to this scenario. Just make sure you don't shuffle the order of the questions. I'm going to do one more because it's interesting, multiple choice, because you can put pictures in your question. Identify the sea monster. So the question text is identify the sea monster in this picture. Then I'm going to go put my picture in. I'm going to click on my moon over the mountain thing, and I'm going to browse my repository, browse its, where did it go? There it is. Upload this file. Lovely, I don't need a description. Yeah, that should work. Okay, and let's see. Is this Loch Ness monster? Is this the Cadborosaurus? Is this Ogopogo? Yes, I think that is the correct answer. It is indeed Ogopogo. Now, I'm just noticing in the choice section, you also have the moon over the mountain. So you could ask a question, and you could say, which of the following images matches whatever my question is? I'm just doing it the other way. Okay, save changes. Did I make one correct? Let's try it. Who lives where? No, this is identify the sea monster. There we go. Lovely. And the correct response is, yes, it is indeed Ogopogo. So that's building questions. Next, we're going to look at how to get the questions into the quiz.